Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Depression is such an elusive word. Where I come from, people talk about being depressed as much as they talk about their everyday challenges. There isn't really much awareness about the difference between being sad, troubled, being in a low mood, and being clinically depressed. On December 5th, I was diagnosed with panic disorder and bipolar disorder. At that time, my life was punctuated by depression and panic attacks. I was insomniac for almost 2 months at that time, getting by with 10 or 15 minutes of sleep every day. I woke up one day after 2 months of my diagnosis and decided I'm not going to take any meds anymore. I felt good about this decision. I went for a run very early in the morning, feeling heavy from all the weight I gained because of the medication I've been on. I struggled to finish 5 kilometers, but somehow managed to miraculously. When I met my psychiatrist, I was so hopeful. I just wanted to sleep. My whole world shrank to one wish. I used to walk in the street staring at people's faces, wondering how much sleep they got and, if any, were they grateful for being able to sleep without any medication. I was willing to do anything to be able to go to bed and just close my eyes and fall asleep. I was afraid every day of going to sleep and waking up with a panic attack. At that time, the thoughts in my head revolved around death, failure, losing hope, and being sick for the rest of my life. I used to get uncontrollable full episodes of crying hysterically over the smallest things. I looked around me and felt that everybody was leading a normal life except me. When I took the first pill and went to sleep at a normal hour, I was beyond happy. I was so grateful. Every day I wrote in my journal how grateful I am for my psychiatrist and my meds and my sleeping. I started thinking of what's ahead. I'm 39 years old with a diagnosis and lots of meds to take every day. My plan to study abroad had failed along with all the money that I lost. I kept asking myself, does that failure define me? Does it shape me? What defines me? Where does my self worth come from? What can I do to pursue a meaningful life? I looked around me. I used to teach English. I am surrounded by books all day. I have so much time on my hands. I can make videos about anything I want. Though it looks like nobody's interested in the content that I talk about. I made myself a cup of tea and opened the window. Today it's very rainy and cold and windy. I looked at the books in my library, wondering what to read next. I'm going through a reading slump, obviously. Naturally, I haven't read anything for almost 2 months. Every time I pick up a book, I can see the words, but I can't make sense of my eyes and what it's reading. I'm finding difficulty in finding something that captures my interest. What are my interests? What genres do I like to read? I don't really have a favorite genre. I don't have a book to go back to get me out of this state I'm in. I picked up one book after the other, reading a paragraph here and there. This idea keeps pressing on me, though, that my thoughts are worthless, that my ideas are worthless, not worth contemplating, not worth acting upon. Is that what it's like to feel depressed? The thing about depression is it doesn't give you hope. There is this sense of heaviness that you can't escape. It controls your mind, your chest, your breathing, and it feels like you're helpless towards any of it. The people around you try to help you by encouraging you to go out, change your lifestyle, pursue something meaningful, go back to the old you. Go back to the old you. I don't remember the old me. I feel alien to the old me, and I'm not even sure I want or can go back to the old me. It feels like so much has happened in a very short time after a very long time of nothing. I was trying desperately to find a way to self acceptance, self forgiveness, self love, to go and start creating a better life in my 40s. Is that even possible? God granted us this wonderful, miraculous, different life, which will end one day, only to start a better, everlasting happiness and peace and comfort in the afterlife. Nothing is haphazard, nothing is a coincidence. There is meaning behind everything that looks ambiguous to our narrow perspectives. And there is always hope. Until the last day, until the last breath, there is always hope every day, everywhere. And it's the essence of our faith. I am so grateful for being able to write down my thoughts so clearly. I am so grateful for pen, paper, writing, journaling. I'm not really sure why I decided to document my every thought on YouTube, in the hope of what exactly. I read something somewhere and I'd like to end with it. Human beings make connections, formulate narrative to make sense of what happens to us. We need to be seen, heard, and understood. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.